Welcome back. This week I want to talk a little bit more about legacy, and specifically legacy when it comes to your film printed photos, how to do a little decluttering, how to get images online for your kids or your grandkids. And I have a box here that I keep. It has that these are not all of my pictures, but I keep the pictures in here so that they're safe. They're out of sight. The lights don't mess with them. And I have a lot of pictures here. I have pictures going back before I was married. I have pictures of, when my first child was born. I have pictures when my second child was born. I've got pictures of my dad in here, who passed away, when he was 47, I think. So I would have been like 21. That's 40 years ago. I've got pictures of my brother in here and his kids. And the deal is, I could just take these pictures and mail them to somebody and be done with them. But like, for instance, pictures of my brother with his son and his daughter, I only have one copy of the image. Who do I send that to? So I want to be able to get pictures digitized so that they have a legacy of their dad. My daughters have a legacy of both me and their mom, not just me, and be able to put it in a format that I can share it easily between them and everybody gets a copy. Now, I've looked at several ways to do that, and I've gone to the downtown library and used their free scanner down there, but it's old and it's really slow, and I've got literally hundreds of pictures to scan. That's not going to work. I thought about buying a scanner, and probably that would be the best method. But again, I've got to hook the scanner up to my computer. I've got to select every photo. I've got to import it into the computer every time. It's also, even though it scans faster, it's still slow. So what I've decided to do instead, I got an app for my phone called Photomyne. I'll put a link or a picture of it up here for you to see what it looks like in the App Store. And I thought I would try it. And I have to say, I was pretty impressed with its results for nearly every kind of picture that I have. Not everything. There may be a few pictures still that I need to send off somewhere to get them restored, or do it myself in Photoshop if I could ever figure out how to do that. But for the most part, I think it's going to work really well. Now, the app is designed for you to just hold your phone over your pictures and hold the shutter button down. You'll see sort of a circle forming as it's scanning. But, you kind of move and jitter your phone a little bit. It's using AI to sort of fix that. And if you're just doing one picture at a time, handheld is all you need, and there's a free app. It doesn't cost you anything. But again, I have literally hundreds of photos. And so I decided to buy some of their accessories, which I'm going to show you in the video today. This is not a sponsored video, not an affiliate video. It's just me trying to figure out how to leave a legacy to my kids from all the photos that I have. So let's go back into the kitchen here and we'll get started. Now, I've got places in my house that I could do this, but because of the new kitchen remodel, that's something on my countertop here, my best light is here. You need good light to scan these pictures and scan them well. The problem is, and I have a spot over here by my couch I might could use, but the problem is that with direct light like this shining down on your photos, you're likely to get a glare. So one of the first things that I did was I bought a light tint. Photomyne sells one, but you can find any brand you need online. I bought these through Amazon. And all this does is it folds out, and then it folds out completely, and it creates this tint. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit so you can see it a little better, because now it's not in the frame. All right, that's a little better. So now this white material diffuses the light inside, so it gets this nice smooth light around your photos. The other thing that I did, because I don't want to reach in and take pictures, so the other thing that I did was I bought the phone stand. That's actually upside down. The phone stand, and it has a little clamp. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think so. I'll get a close up of this later and put it over the top, but it just clamps to any surface. Now my countertop is about 1 inch thick. It will go up to about 2 inches thick. So there's a lot of places you could put this. And then this just slides down inside. And it has a little handle here you can turn, and springs so that you can put it where you want it. I'm going to tighten that back up. And then there is a spring-loaded thing inside. So I'm going to put the camera here. And again, it just screws in so that you can put it anywhere you want it. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'll get a shot of this here in a little bit. But basically, you can just take your pictures and lay them down. Now, I have taken pictures, this size, which is, I think it's 4x6 maybe. And I've been able to scan 5 or 6 of these at a time. And then if you have other pictures that are smaller, you can easily do 6 at a time. So I'm going to get my phone set up so that I can show you what's going on inside here, and then I will be right back. All right, so I'm doing a screen capture on my phone here. I have it set up for photos, and I'm just going to put a few pictures down here. Different kinds. This picture right here, I've had a lot of trouble scanning it, so I'm going to put it in here just to make sure that we've got everything here. I'm going to pull my light box over just a little bit to get kind of the edges of it out of the way as well. So let's just do this. All right, so I'm going to press the button here, and you're going to see what happens with the images. It's going to scan all the images. It's going to turn them to be the right orientation, and it's going to put them into a photo album. Now, this is not the finished product, but for a lot of these photos, it may actually be the only thing I need to do. But there's also some touching up that I can do. So I've got those done. Pretty sure that's a picture of my brother. I don't think it's me, but my mom will tell me. She'll correct me if I'm wrong. And again, I'm just going to scan it. And the reason I'm scanning several of these pictures is because I want to go back and show you what it's like to edit them. So I've got that. I'm going to put this one in because it's in a picture frame. Let's put it right side up. And then I've got a picture here with my daughters. And a picture here of my daughters, and then a picture of my daughters with their mom. And again, it's not a picture I would keep for myself, obviously, but my kids will want this picture. And so I'm just going to scan again. Now, the other thing about the Photomyne app, it will also scan negatives. I have a negative. I think it's the only negative I have. You need a light panel to set it on to scan it. I don't have that, but I'm going to see if my local library does. So this is as easy as it is to scan images. So let's go back into the studio, and I'll show you a little bit about how I'm going to be adjusting these images one by one. All right, so we're back in the studio, and I just wanted to go through a couple of things. I have my phone doing a screen recording here, so I'll probably move myself off to one side fact, let me just do this. Let me just move over here just a little bit. I can put my phone right up here. So, all right. So in the Photomyne app, I have this album. It's unnamed at the moment, but if I were to be between scans, you would see that I would have an unnamed album with 19 photos. I can come up here to edit it. I can add the name to the album. I can put a date. I can put a location if they're all taken at one place. I can even add a voice caption. Now, I'm using the pro version of Photomyne. So some of these options may not be, like the voice thing, may not be available on the free version, but the free version works just fine if you don't have many pictures to scan. So one of the things I'm going to do, I'm just going to open up each picture here. Now this one, because I scanned it, holding it still with the arm, it scanned pretty good. I can go in here to edit it, and I think the one thing that I will do with it is I might make it just a little bit brighter if I can. You'll see a number of filters I can do here, and this picture is naturally a cool picture anyway. I don't want to colorize the picture, so all right. I've decided I'm going to leave that the way it is. If I go to the next picture, this is my granddaughter Malia, and there's nothing I have to do to this picture. It scanned it perfectly. Now, this is a picture that I have from our time in England at RAF Mildenhall, and of course it's in black and white. I don't remember if I took this picture. I might have. But if I want to edit it, there are a few things that I can do. One is, if I want to colorize it, I can colorize it, and then there are other colors available. I'm just going to go, that's what vivid looks like, brilliant, bold. I don't like that, but brilliant doesn't look too bad. But you'll notice the colors change. So I think I'm going to stick with primary. I'm going to save it. And then, because it is an old photo and a little bit out, I don't want to share it, a little bit out of, maybe a little bit out of focus because I didn't do film very well. One of the options is that I can sharpen the photo, and it will sharpen the faces. So here's what it looks like. And so that gives me an example of what it's going to be. I'm going to choose, looks like maybe I've already chose medium. I don't want it to be too sharp, but it's going to sharpen all of the pictures facing the camera to do that. And I have a whole new image here from black and white to color. And you'll see that it saved my original black and white photo as well. So I have both now. Here's one that did not turn, and so I'm going to edit it, and I'm just going to flip it. This is my dad and my mom with my oldest daughter, Brittany. And so I've done that. I'm going to look at more options. I don't know. I'm not really sure that sharpening this photo is going to be necessary. But there are other filters. Again, these are the filters we looked at before, so that this is the original picture. This is a restored color, which I really like that. So I'm gonna save that because I like the color cast. The white balance has sort of been corrected. It's only when you do a colorize that it saves an extra copy. So this is the same photo that I did. So again, me with my daughter Brittany. We're going to look at maybe some editing here. So that'll sharpen up the colors a little bit. So again, it's saved a copy. I don't need to scan the back of the photo. But under more options here, again, I can sharpen the faces just a little bit, And you can see that it really makes a difference into how you're going to view this. Now, this is not Photoshop. This is not doing a lot of the heavy lifting that Photoshop could do in restoring a photo. But most of these photos are going to be viewed on someone's phone or maybe an iPad, maybe a laptop. Very few of them are going to be viewed on a 60-inch television screen. And so for pictures that people want to save on their phones, this works really, really well. This is the picture of my brother, and I'm going to colorize that photo. And again, it saved my black and white, so I'm good there. I'm going to let these other colors sort of catch up. So that's the primary, that's the vivid, that's the brilliant, and that's bold. And I like primary better because you'll see over here it changes the color of the overalls on the leg. I don't want that, so that will do that. I'm just going to save that. And then under more options, again, I'm going to sharpen it. And I really like the medium setting more than I do the full setting. So now I've got a colorized version of the photo that's been sharpened, but I also have my black and white version that I can come back in and also sharpen this photo. Now here's a picture of me and the girls. And so if I do an edit and I want to do a crop, it's crooked, so that'll do a little bit of a crop there where we're a little closer to the camera now. So I can click done. And again, I can sharpen it, although I'm not sure that I need to. Yeah, you see, that doesn't work on this photo because we're just a little bit too far away. But again, it's not a bad deal for scanning with your phone. Now, here's one in pretty bad shape because there's light streaks across it. That bottom left-hand corner is messed up. And this is a photo. I don't want to scan text. This is a photo that I may have to, if I do anything to it, I may have to do it in Photoshop. But let's just see what happens if I do a restore and enhance. Don't really like that. That's the original. So the restore brightens their faces up just a little bit, which is not bad. And then I don't want to change the color. So we're going to see what sharpening does to this. That helps out a lot. Again, I'm going to go with medium. And it sharpens all the faces. Let's see. I don't want to do everything here, but here's one that I scanned in frame. This is one of my favorite pictures ever. My dad took this picture, and it is a picture of me with my brother because I absolutely loved those boots. My brother was a rock star at the time, to me at least, and so it scanned everything. It even scanned the frame. I don't need to do anything with the back of the photo, but I can. I can restore it a little bit, which will change the white balance just a little bit. And then I don't like that color, but let's see if it does anything. Look at that hair I've got going. Oh, isn't that wonderful? So I'm going to save that one. And again, because it's colorized, I'm saving a copy. I'm not saving the original. And then I don't want to showcase it, but I do want to sharpen it. Okay. Now, it may not sharpen it because it's behind glass. So, just something to think about. And then let's do another black and white here. I won't bore you with all the pictures here, but just to kind of give you an idea of what's here. So we're going to edit. We're going to colorize it. Although I really like it in black and white. I don't have to colorize everything, but just trying to show you what's possible. In this case, I kind of like vivid. Okay, and then I'm going to see if I can sharpen it. And again, we'll go medium. And I don't like that. I'm just going to tell you, I don't like that. It makes Elise's face look a little weird there. So, because it saved a copy, I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, you know what, I don't like what I did there. I'm going to delete that photo, but I've still got the original. Again, here's one that it didn't flip. So let's do that first. Let's go into edit. Let's flip it. And again, this is a black and white from RAF Mildenhall. These were some Air Force people. I'm going to click done. And I'm going to leave it in black and white, but I'm just going to sharpen it, see what happens. Okay. Don't have any faces that are fully visible. All right, so that's not bad. Here is Brittany and me. And again, I don't see any real reason to do anything different with this photo. So for me, now that I've got things set up, if I take about an hour and scan photos, and then while I'm watching TV or while I'm, doing other stuff, I can go through the photos and edit them. And then I can create a new album, and I can put pictures into an album for Brittany. I can put pictures into an album for Elise. I can put pictures into an album for Sarah. I can put pictures in an album for my brother's kids and start dividing them up. I think for me, I think that this app is going to work really well for me. And again, it's about the idea of leaving a legacy and hopefully decluttering a few of these photos, maybe some things that are just not worth keeping at all, maybe get gone. But the ones that have meaning, or I think might have meaning to my kids, they all get scanned. They all get sent out. Now, these can be printed into a book. They can be put into a PDF file. You can upload these to Google Photos or to Flickr. You can send the album to your recipient by email. There is a web address that all of these images are saved to from Photomyne. A lot of different ways these images are now backed up. So I'd be interested to know what you think. And so leave me some comments, and we will see you next time.